The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 107. You get the Nasdaq down up 21. S&P's a flat. Gold's trading down 860 at 1309.20. We have silver down 14 cents, $16.18 an ounce. Light sweet crude. Look at that bid. That got a bid, man. Up $1.14, 63.20. Notes and bonds. 10-year note down 9 ticks, 120.03. 30-year bond down 20, 143.29, and King Dollar up 518 ticks, 89.860. The euro is at 122.72 to 1 U.S. dollar. Yen is at 106.42 to 1 U.S. dollar. We get the first day of a two-day meeting
for the Fed. Yeah, quite a day yesterday. Positive so far today. We'll see where we go, but yeah, rates probably going up tomorrow. We'll see what they say. Lots of good action.
Yeah, Powell's going to put a stamp on it, baby.
Hey.
And what's it going to be?
That's right.
What's it going to be, Kevin Hanks? What's it going to be? And listen, folks, if you haven't test-driven the Thinkorswim platform, TD Ameritrade, great platform. Come over to our website at TFNN. See the banner on the top of the side. Hit the banner. Bring it up. They'll allow you to trade with paper money. Kevin and his team, great show every trading day right here, 11 to 12 Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, yeah, what's it going to be, man? It's going to be a trip.
A few things to talk about, I'm sure, today.
Yeah, totally.
I'll tell you, first and foremost, how about this bond movement? So much for keeping your powder dry on day one of a Fed meeting. 30-year down, 20 ticks. It was down 23 ticks during our future show this morning. So much for, a nice slow day on day one of a Fed meeting. They're already hitting these bonds.
They are. And, bottom line is that I think, from yesterday to this morning, I'm saying to myself, okay, well, we're going to find out because I think it's one thing when you're a governor and another thing when you're the boss, you know? And we'll find out. What I do like is that his language has been, very easy to understand.
Okay.
So I'm hoping it stays like that because, the market may or may not like it. I don't know. But I like the idea that he seems to be very clear on what he's saying.
Sure, no surprises.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, here's my theory, right? Now, remember, his first time in front of Congress, he came out, at least the perception was that he was hawkish.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And tomorrow he's going to raise rates a quarter.
Right.
Now, I'll be interested to see if he stays hawkish in his comments after that raising, or he takes like a free shot to be a little dovish. Right? Wouldn't it be a nice equalizer for these markets if he came out, raised rates, and like Janet Yellen used to do, err on the side of dovish after you raise rates to kind of take some of the volatility out of the market? That's what I'll be watching for tomorrow. If he remains on the hawkish side, then I think you got to really look at the long-term trade of these bonds and rates.
Oh, boy. I'll tell you. No, I agree. I think what you said, that's exactly what I think he's going to do. Because I think it's different when you have the responsibility and your words are the deal. Do you know what I mean?
One Fed chairman, right? Chairwoman,
yeah. It's like, okay, man, the whole economy is, kind of laying on him at this particular point.
I mean, the whole world only really knows the one name of the Fed chair, and not the governors.
Right.
I mean, they do, but in reality, right? Buck stops there, and he knows it.
Buck stops there.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So
I think, I think based on his comments, guys, I think is what you'll see is some of those probabilities of a fourth rate hike change, either lower or higher, based on how he mentioned, based on what he talks about. I think three are built in.
Yes.
Unless we have a serious downturn in this economy, which frankly I don't see happening.
Yeah.
But this one's in tomorrow. 2 more are in. The real question is, based on his comments and his guidance, will there be a fourth? Hopefully, it'll answer some of that tomorrow. But I don't think he's under any pressure to say 4.
No.
Right. We agree. Yeah, I think.
I mean, it's it's common sense, you know.
The data, right?
Yeah.
He can say, I'll wait to see the data on the fourth one.
Right. There's no doubt about it.
Really doesn't have a lot of pressure to say anything more than what's been said, right? I mean, it's so obvious to the market that there's going to be a rate hike, and that's where it's just, is he going to take that opportunity to purposely maybe change something in the rhetoric, the language he uses, like you're saying, Kevin, be a little more dovish or even more hawkish, whatever it is, right?
Especially something that he's got to walk back later. You know what I mean? There's no upside for him to do that.
Right.
No. Right. And I think the acceleration, you know, in the economy in general, that gives him leadway, too. That's saying, okay, man, listen, you know, I'm going to go up in the rates now, but we're just going to see to make sure that this thing keeps going forward. Because
it's kind of a nice spot where the market already knows there's going to be about 3, so that's a good spot to be in the Fed chair, where the market already expects that, and it's factored into the market.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember, Janet Yellen was very good in her press conferences of going back and forth and kind of straddling dovish, hawkish. We used to all actually keep score of her comments. One dovish, one hawkish. She'd go back and forth, you know. But what it did very effectively was take some of the volatility out of this market. She would guide to all her interest rate hikes and then be very measured in her responses. I fully expect Jay Powell to do the same.
Yeah. You know, it's pretty cool when you can actually smooth something out like that.
Well, because the last thing they want is to say something concretely is going to happen in the future that they then do have to walk back. That would be a shocking development. So, they want to keep their options open and not have the market try and back them into a corner. So why not present both sides?
Yeah. And, you know, that little downdraft yesterday
helped,
I think, in the aspect of what this statement's going to be, too.
And, you know, and Facebook is down again today. So I'm not really surprised that Facebook is down again. I think this is pretty significant news.
Oh, yeah.
In terms of Facebook and Google.
I agree on the Facebook
their
thing,
relationship
Kevin.
with the government going forward.
We were talking about it even before we started the show. I mean, it's pretty remarkable the way that data was accessed, and not many people know it. We'll talk about it later in our show, just in terms of, you know, friends of friends data, where you think it's private, and then the app that a friend uses has all of your data. It doesn't seem right, which is the problem. You know, it's like
every time, Tommy, one of these incidents happens, we get closer and closer to government regulation.
Yeah, and I think they have a big problem. I mean, you saw the UK is going to call Zuckerberg and Fred to talk to them, and I anticipate USA.
You know,
he better get his dark suit cleaned.
Oh, right.
Well,
he's going to be in front of Congress.
Exactly. It's there next, probably even sooner than later. They don't want to be, you know, UK's there. Our politicians are going to say, well, we got to get them too, right now.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's interesting, Kevin. I don't know if you know this, but we had a radio station up in Nashville years ago, and Tommy ran it, right? And so we took a lot. I mean, this station was the premier station for politics inside Nashua, you know, at that point. So with these elections, we'd do really well. But the regulations that we had were intense. Yeah. And that's what's going to end up, I think, going on
and it should
politically.
Be, because you see what can happen when it's
you
pretty...
know, I mean, logs had to be taken. You had to get the money up front. You had to, everything had to be registered.
Exactly one rate. You know, everything was just very, very,
and, you know,
regulatory.
And, you know, some of the misconceptions is that this just happened in the 2016 election. Going on since 2008.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right. And it's only just accelerating.
Oh,
so,
yeah. Right. Yeah. But no doubt. Listen, folks, right here, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Go to TFNN.com, hit Tiger TV. Kevin, you have a great one, safe one. We look forward to the show in 45 minutes.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
Come right back, folks.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 91. You get the Nasdaq up 6. S&Ps are down 4.5. NDX 100. Bottom line is that had been down 25, got flat, down 29. And, you know, Facebook is one of them out here. And let's go over and we're going to take a look. You're going to give us an education there. What's going on?
I'm trying. So here's what we'll pull up first, right?
Okay.
So this is the thing that kind of blew my mind. Oh, come on, load. What just happened? There we go. Okay. So within your settings, right, you go into settings in Facebook. You know, you're logged in for your account. And then you go into apps, which is one other setting. Okay. Settings, apps, and you might get into a privacy setting, and that's where the point of this whole story is going to be they buried these privacies so deeply and they opted everyone in intentionally that it seems deceitful, right? Okay. And that's where, like, you almost can't trust them. Like, if they're going out of their way to trick people, and it's not even just an auto opt-in. It's the fact that, so people are somewhat familiar with, if you have Facebook, you can set where if you post a picture, either you can post that to public, where anybody, if they pull up your page, can see it, or you can post it where just your friends can see it. Okay. And I encourage everybody, if you are on Facebook, that you at least are keeping your pages private where only your friends can see it, so that anybody can't pull up all your information and have access to it. So with that in mind, right, let's say you have it set like that. Yeah. Well, what you don't realize, though, is that let's say you and I are friends. Right. And so you can see my information. Yes. Because I've set that. Right. But I think only you can see it. Well, the way that this really went down is that you download an app, and you let them, you give them the option to see your information. Okay. Well, buried in here is that apps others use. You see this setting? Yeah. Your name, profile picture, gender, networks, user ID, along with any other information you've made public is available to your friends' applications, unless you turn it off. Now, public being that your friends have it, okay? Right. So that means that I have hundreds of friends. Right. They probably use thousands of apps. Right. All of those apps had all of my information. Interesting. And I hadn't done anything with them. And this was, so when I went in here last night, all of this stuff was checked. All of this stuff. Wow. Which is just, I want to use more intense language than it's totally not right.
When they did that, the thing that is intriguing.
So this is how they got everyone's data. Just so that's how you get 50 million people, because they didn't have 50 million people. And that's where, if anybody knows Facebook, unfortunately, people use all these ridiculous apps that are just everywhere. And the fact that all of those apps, think of like your one friend that's just so crazy that they have every single app on Facebook. They're everywhere. All of those apps had all of your information. And they had hometown, websites, religious political views, interest in, birth date, family relationships, education, current city, every single app. We could have created an app. We could have had any person check into that, and all of a sudden we have all of their friends' information.
That's my point. So anyone could have done this that created an app.
Yeah.
Right.
Now you have to get you have to click the button that you're like logging in using Facebook.
That's right.
It's that type. Everyone has seen those things pop up before, where do you want to use your Facebook to log into this type of an app?
Right.
And that is how they did it. I pulled it up last night, and they had. They were all checked. I unchecked them, and then I couldn't believe it. I was telling my friends, because it's pretty over the top that they specifically opted you into allowing, and it was, I say, deceitful, because it's one thing to understand. You're using Facebook, your information's out there.
Yeah.
But when you think that only your friends are seeing your information, and then you find out that every single company that they do business with is seeing your information, well,
now when we're looking at this, right, I can see you putting your birthday in, but the family and relationships, do they fill that out, or do you fill that out?
You check that off, like, you assign that, if you're on there, I can say you're my dad.
I see,
you can say I'm your son. You can say, your brothers, your sisters.
Yep, okay.
And, I think
hometown,
everyone but a couple was checked, I forget.
I see, okay.
And so all of that information goes right over to Facebook.
Right.
And so I feel like, I always knew that, you're opening yourself up to your information being shared.
Right.
But that's the first time I felt like they were purposely tricking me.
Yeah.
In a pretty nefarious way, to give all my information to thousands of companies.
Right.
That I had been under the impression, and they had steered me under the impression purposely to think that wasn't happening. And that's where, so you can't trust them. So that's my point. And so that's a weird feeling, where I might delete my account for the first time. You really can't trust them, because, well, they can go like 10 layers deep, right, and create some type of thing where they opt you in. Right. And that's what they had done, which is pretty over the top.
So my understanding is that when they got the information, right, then they had to compile the information, because it doesn't.
I'm sure.
And then they're supposed to get rid of the information. So does every app still supposed to get rid of the information? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
No, I think those are different deals. You're
that's a different deal.
You're combining two different deals.
I got it. Okay.
That was where they allowed, I think, one app versus this is a standard setting.
This is a standard setting.
This is a standard setting.
Okay, so that is different than we're talking. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
But this is how they were able to do a lot of that. And even what's remarkable is I tried to pull up this setting real quickly just on Facebook, and I couldn't even find it again, because there's so many. I'm going to pull over. Look at this is, within mine, and then with TFNN's Facebook, there's just so many settings.
Now, is this the same type of setting that we're looking at?
Now, what's interesting is I'm in the TFNN page right now, but I have my page as well as an administrator within there. And so I'm not sure if the settings show up a little bit differently, but either way, what does happen is that it's within the settings, and then, some type of a privacy, I think, and then within your apps. It's apps, and then within apps, there's apps others use, which is that picture. But again, it's, it's something that, you think that you're sharing it just with your friends.
Right.
And somehow that's not the case. And really, it speaks to the fact that they purposely misled people, which is really the scary thing, because they have, if they're going to be purposely trying to screw over their customers, then I don't trust that.
And more than likely, what that, I'm being nice to them at this point.
Right, I am too, believe me.
More than likely, what that probably is that they're trying to get every bit of information to sell you something, right? Bottom line.
Oh, for sure. Yes.
All right. Or to sell it to an advertiser to sell you something.
No matter what. Exactly. Because the more information they have, then they can probably spend the money advertising, right? And targeting and all that stuff.
It's pretty intense.
It is. It is.
Wow.
So I encourage people to check that out. If you have a Facebook account, go into there, go into your settings, apps others use, check it out, because that's something that blew my mind last night when I pulled it up.
Pretty intense, man.
It is. So that's where I think this story is not going to stop for a while, because as people realize that's going on, that's a different level of privacy. So.
Yeah, the real question is going to be is that how many people are going to really understand that?
Oh, Meaning,
I hear you. You just walked us through it. But there's going to be a lot of people that didn't even...
For sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. They won't hear it.
Don't even...
But I can tell you, my friends and I, they were all amazed at that as we were in our group chat last night, and they all had them all checked, and nobody knew it. And that's a group of people that are fairly tech-savvy, fairly aware of the privacy settings in terms of how to set them.
Right.
And nobody was aware that that was going on in terms of a very select few.
Wild.
Yeah.
And if we go take a look at Facebook, this is not stopping, you know? So you had the high volume low at 167.18. That's, you know, that's getting blown away with volume. The next high volume low is 161.56. That's September 25th. Let me pull this up. So this level here that we're going to now is going to be a crucial level. The reason being that that's where we broke out from. Yeah. You know, so. This thing is
a quick run all the way back to July of last year. I mean, think about it. We're coming into April. I mean, that's almost not a year removed. But
you know, 153 the game.
After the year, 12 months we've had, if Facebook retreats all of that, that would be pretty remarkable.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to be in for some testimony in front of multiple governments, I would assume.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow up 122, Nasdaq's up 11, S&P's are down 3, gold's down 1040. Coming right back. Would you like exposure to the foreign currency markets without any downside risk to your principal? Then consider the Petro Currencies Market Safe CD from Everbank. This 3-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD leverages the performance of 4 equally weighted currencies from these top oil-producing countries: Brazil, Canada, Mexico, and Russia. This CD features a 200% leverage factor, which means that your potential upside payment will be double the currency's average performance at maturity with no cap if the currencies increase in value over the CD's term. And if the returns are negative, your principal's 100% protected. Returns are based on CD performance with no correlation to the price of oil, and there is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this index CD. The April 19th funding deadline will be here before you know it. So call 1-855-750-4051 or visit everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a division of TIAA FSB, member FDIC. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. The Dow right now is up 174. You get the Nasdaq up 26. S&Ps are up 2.5. And, yeah, FedEx is going to bring, well, Walmart's bringing 500 FedEx shops into U.S. stores, huh?
Yeah. So you can see Walmart trying to be innovative, at least to try and do what they can to keep up. Now, they say there that so shoppers can use the print-sized FedEx locations to redirect packages and process retail returns. I found that interesting, right?
Okay.
Because that's where, you know, if you're returning something, whether it's clothes, whatever it is, that's something that shipping-wise, Amazon has a good return policy. Walmart trying to keep up in the same logistical nature of that. But yeah, so FedEx teaming up with Walmart, Walmart teaming up with FedEx. They're going to start off. They've been testing it in 50 locations.
Okay.
And they're gonna have it. The small format FedEx shops will be in 500 locations. And that's what I anticipate this is going to have to do with the logistics of Walmart's online business, having a FedEx location built into all of their stores, where there's your shipping, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Well, you know, you sent me that article last night about let's see, the Amazon
potentially
looking
buying some of those
at
Toys R Us locations. Yes.
Yeah. You know, if we take a look at Amazon,
And not to buy them for Toys R Us, to buy them for the space that they would turn into, whether it's shipping, whether it's retail shops of their own.
yeah,
Right.
Whole Foods, right?
Yes.
You know, and you can, you know, it's interesting, man. It seems that what you could get out of this is the right there. Yeah.
There's a few of them that keep talking. Yeah.
Is that the whole experience, shopping experience, like 20 years from now, is going to be totally different. And this is like the first time that I actually can imagine that the malls won't be out. It's just a big change.
Oh,
and
for sure.
it'll be the technology companies that change the malls.
Yeah.
It'll be like, because it's still real estate.
Yes.
And they need real estate. You can see if Amazon needs real estate, because they got to move stuff, you know, the real estate's going to be there, but it's going to get repurposed.
So in part of the stories I was reading, they talked about that Amazon had potentially, when Radio Shack was going out of business, thinking about buying those.
Yeah.
That almost doesn't make sense because they need space,
That's too small.
And Toys R Us,
Yeah.
they were huge locations, some of them, right? So that would be where Toys R Us might have the storage capabilities, turning those buildings into whether maybe the back half becomes all storage, right?
Yeah.
The front half becomes a retail. Maybe some of them become all storage warehouse types facilities.
Yeah.
Radio Shack, they can't, you know, they need bigger space than that.
There's plenty of Toys R Us that I think we've all seen. In the back of Toys R Us,
huge, yeah.
The trucks pull right up.
No,
Toys are big.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And they were always huge toy stores. You know, high ceilings, right? The whole deal. Almost like warehouses that they built into storehouses.
No doubt. Pretty wild.
So, market up 178. Where are we going?
Yeah. Well, hey, you know, well, this is when it gets interesting because it's like, okay, let's see what's moving it, right? We know what's going to move it.
Boeing's always the culprit.
There you go.
For sure.
Boeing is putting 51 positive points. Cat 17, 3M 17. Now, if we go over to Boeing and just take a look at this, you're up 735.
Boeing not fearing a China trade war this morning, I see. Yeah.
You know, you're going to need, we'll see, that's 243,000 shares. That's nothing. You come in at 2.2 million.
Yeah.
Never mind, you know, over here.
Yeah.
You know. So it's going to need a lot more than that. Now, percentage-wise, what is that? That's 0.7%. You see, it's intriguing. The S&P can't move.
No.
You know?
Yeah.
That's that's saying quite a bit. If we take a look at the SPY, you get a sideways movement. You're up 90 cents, 11 million shares. We came down with 109 million yesterday. It's going to need a lot more than that to basically get some traction. Some of the higher volume stocks we have out here. Now, Facebook's the big one. Oracle. Oh, look at this one. Yeah. Let's look at Oracle.
Earnings.
You know, this was only down $1 yesterday.
Okay.
After the close, look at that. Oh, look at that. And here's another heads up, folks. Here's the next one. It's always intriguing to me that, you know, first you get equities that go down to high volume lows, then you get the sectors, then it just says one by one they start falling. And with Oracle.
Oh, that's quite a number. Right back to where it was, right?
Or it's bottom line.
There.
It's right at February 9th.
Yeah.
You know?
And the same thing right where it was at the start of the year, too.
Right. Now let's pull that back and put it on a weekly and see what else we got, because so this is going to come back to the breakout area. The breakout is $45, $45.21.
And I'm guessing that was probably an earnings day, June 23rd, considering it's like March 23rd right now. That's 3 months exactly right to the day, you know, so that was an earnings day. And man, that bar almost correlates right to this bar, except vice versa, right? I mean, look at that price spread, for sure.
It really is.
And the big part, I mean, they actually did okay in earnings, but it was cloud revenue forecasting that they guided down. And poof, the cloud is rocking and rolling. And if you're not going to keep up with expectations for cloud revenue, a company like Oracle, that was a wake up to investors.
And you know what had happened, I don't know if we can find this quick, but what had happened is that Oracle and Microsoft are going bonkers on Amazon about getting the Pentagon's all the Pentagon's cloud service.
I had read about that. So there's one contract. And they already do business with Amazon. And so those companies were kind of clamoring that that might not be a fair bid type process. And whoever wins it is going to be kind of like the sole person for that for at least a good few years.
It's going to be all for one now, what was interesting is that Amazon won the second one, then they complained, then they got rid of it. And then they said, okay, now it's going to be one for all, and they must have said, oh no, why did I even complain? Because now it is going to be one. And where the aspect comes in here, folks, is this: is that Amazon hasn't done this yet, but I suspect what the market's looking at is that once you're on a cloud, right, just like Microsoft, we do Microsoft subscriptions. Well, guess what? The next thing would be for Amazon to say, well, hold it, I can take care of all your needs. All your applications. You know what I mean? Instead of just storing everything, I'm going to have all your applications now. So, you know, bottom line is that...
We'll try and pull it up during the break. There's too much news on a daily basis on Amazon for every single day, something new.
There's no doubt. So it's a big number. There's no two ways about that. Let's go to our man. We got Paul in Henderson, Nevada. Hey, Paul, what's going on, brother?
What's happening, gentlemen? How you guys doing?
Doing great, Paul. Man. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. Starting off the day here pretty good. And I was looking at that Oracle, and right as you guys were talking about it, I had to call in and ask you a quick question about this.
Perfect.
So I want to pull the trigger short on this thing, but you know it's a pretty big gap. I'm wondering, Tom, do you think, and Tommy as well, should we wait for a little bounce here, or you think this thing's going to break this this level right here? It's been down here 3 times already. The volume's picking up pretty good today.
Yeah, I don't sell things when they're down, you know. I mean, so what happens is that when you know, depending on what your style is, Paul, right? This is a confirmation that, yeah, it wants to go lower, right? The mind blow up in markets is that somehow, some way, this will get up there, and you need a couple months. It'll go up there and test it again, and when it tests it, if it tests it with lighter volume, that would be the sell. It's just like see this high volume low here on February 9th. What happens is that, and this is what makes markets. There's plenty of, you know, traders. My take is that they're always going to get tested. There's plenty of traders that think that it's never going to get tested. You know what I mean? So that's, you know, what I'm always trying to do is that say, no, you know, you just come down 10%. Bottom line is that, you know, stay right there, because I'll show you, this tested the highs with light volume. I mean, you know, 877-927-6648. You stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now trading up 155, Nasdaq's up 25, S&Ps are flat.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped, and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. We're talking with Paul from Nevada. We're talking about Oracle. So,
yeah, it's tough to go short when a stock goes down 10% in one day, right? As in, it could be a natural bounce, and the bounce could be 2 to 3% against you, which is a tough.
Right. So when we take a look at this, Paul, I'm going to put this. I'll put it on a weekly first. Well, I'll put it on a daily for a year, so you can actually see it. So. Your first high, you can go back to September 7th of 2017, right? 21 million shares, Then you come off that high with 66 million on the way down. Now, that is in September of 2017, right? Now, watch this. This is just what's always amazing to me about markets.
That must have been earnings as well, I'm guessing, yeah.
And then guess what? Goes sideways, gets all the way back up to 52.75. Now watch the volume.
And that's January this year. Yep, January 26th.
14.9 million versus 21. So the correlation there is that, okay, didn't make it. Light volume. That'd be a sell up there, okay?
That was the spot.
Watch. You'll have another one, man. There's so many chances in markets. It comes down again with 25 million. Comes down and gets to a low with 23, right? That was February 9th, okay? When we had 25 million on February 5th. You go all the way back topside again. You do 12.8 million. And what I do is this, Paul. You go 12.8. And then last one was 12.2 going into 21. So the 21 into 12 is the number. Then you take this, then what you do is then I put it on a weekly. Because, if you're going to do it, you just say, okay, on a weekly, what do we do? Okay, so you had the high volume, which is sweet, right? That's with the breakout. 50.
June of 17.
Yeah, so you had 164 million on a weekly. You tested that with 132.
September of 17. Seems like they're all correlating to earnings. You know, it's always March, June, September.
Now watch that. This one, these are weeklies. You tested that on 77. So watch 77, 132, 164, 73. So you're always looking, I'm looking at where is the energy going. Now, what's cool about this is this doesn't happen a lot either, is that you had a long consolidation.
Yeah.
So then you go like this. You can take the top part of the consolidation, you just lay that out, you take the bottom part of the consolidation, you lay that out, and then you go down here and say, okay, what's the volume at the low? 83 million. That's more than we know that was there. And then 105 million. So your probability, you know, is that, guess what? You have more sellers than buyers.
Yeah. And I'll give you the other side of that, Paul. So, you know, you could short it, of course, as in what kind of a trade are you making, right? Do you really believe that they're not going to be able to compete in a long-term basis in the cloud structure? If that's the case, I mean, yeah, for sure. You know, if you're making a big-time short, but you got to keep in mind if it's short-term, yeah, shorting it after it goes down 10% in one day, it could just be a natural. I mean, what if the people are short, take their profit? What's the short interest in Oracle? Can you pull that up? I'm just curious. It's probably nothing too dramatic.
Won't be a lot.
That's
yeah.
Not even 1%. I don't think.
Right. So that's at least good in terms of.
It wouldn't be because it's a good company.
No, right.
You know, I mean, this company's not going to fall apart. You know, but that doesn't mean you can't go short the company. Also,
look at that earnings.
Yeah.
Or even revenue.
Right.
About $40 billion they're going to do in revenue this year with earnings of about $3 a share.
Yeah.
But
I'll be definitely watching this the next couple of days. This thing goes back up with light volume. It's going to be on my radar big time.
Sure, it'll take longer than that. Now, and this is what you also should do. So, picture, the market came down good yesterday, right? My take is we're building cars today, right? More than likely, whatever this announcement is tomorrow, my take
for the Fed,
is that we'll go down further. That being said, then you're going to get a heck of a bounce again. So you kind of, what I try to do when I'm going trade is trying to put both of those together. That you can find out more about a counter trend than you can actually do about the trend. That's it's how it corresponds to the other side. Well, here, watch this. Let me see what Netflix is doing today. Netflix wouldn't go down yesterday. You have 480. Yeah. That's not that much, but you can see Netflix. Netflix would not go down yesterday. Though that's how strong Netflix is.
And look, where did it close there? So it closed 2 days ago at 318.45. It's trading at 318.46, literally. So it's like yesterday never happened in Netflix as well.
Yesterday, so watch. It's not even that bad for Netflix. That's what I mean by a counter trend to Netflix. That was wasn't even a bad day yesterday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Yesterday didn't even happen. We're above 2 days ago.
Right.
That's my point. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you just kind of do that. You know, that I just did that on a stock that's going up, but on the way down, it works the exact same way. That you can only find out more about it when the counter trend moves are actually happening.
Definitely.
You know, because it'll tell you whether there's more buyers or sellers.
That helps a lot. Thank you. I really appreciate that. So during the break, I was taking a look at ETH, good old Ethereum. It's still underneath that low.
Yeah,
that's serious business then, man. That's interesting.
So that was cool that you gave us a call. We pulled that up yesterday, Paul, and we saw that Ethereum had come below that low. Let's see, are we on? We'll get it on a daily.
So that's serious business then, right?
Yeah, so that low of February 5th was... Where is it? 565, and we went all the way down to 452 on Sunday, and we're still at 533, which is remarkable. It really is. What are you doing with Ethereum?
Right now, I'm just waiting. I think that it's setting up another leg down. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But the Bitcoin that I follow on the Gemini exchange looks like it's also setting up a little bear flag.
So what happens when we talk about Ethereum? That the tokens get made on top of Ethereum. So why is that price so important? Because all those other tokens will go down in price too?
I believe so. As in it factors into that, right.
That's the way I understand it, that all these altcoins that they call them, all these other companies, they're all built on top of the Ethereum platform.
Right.
And Ethereum is like the gas to get their things going. So
they call it smart contracts, right, Paul? I think it's smart contracts that they are able to serve a functionality on top of the process.
Okay.
So it's going to be very interesting because this thing had a really big, like several-month consolidation back around it broke out of it around 350. There was a really big pennant pattern that took several months to form.
Yeah.
And that's when it really went crazy.
Yeah, so it can go right back to that, you know. Yeah, I can go right back to that. That's, you know, markets love going back to breakout areas. Hey, by any chance, did you see the petrocurrency that Venezuela is making?
Yes.
I heard about that.
Oh.
That's very interesting.
Oh no, it's a big scam.
Oh yeah.
It's
a big scam.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
it's huge. And you know what? First time I ever watched it, you know where I found out about it?
Where?
Vice News last night.
They had a good segment. I saw
They
that
had a
as well.
great segment last night to explaining what it is.
So
oh
Trump
my God.
came out and said it's illegal to trade it, buy it, which you should.
Oh, totally.
And so the bottom line from that segment, if people can find it, Vice did a great segment on it last night. And so Venezuela puts out a coin.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to, quote unquote, be tied to oil, right?
Right.
But it's tied to, get this, the price of oil. Well, what's the price of oil? Whatever Venezuela says is the price of oil.
Exactly.
So that means they basically pick a price, and that's what the coin's worth.
Yeah.
So I would stay away from anything that they put out.
It's the biggest scam in the world.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Oh, man.
Cooking, brother.
All right, gentlemen. Have a great day, guys.
Have a great one, man. Have a safe one. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back.
There we go.
Down.
Are China A shares hot or not? If you trade China A shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A share bull and bear ETFs. China A shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com. Educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. So we got the FTC joining the investigation. Now, this is a big one, man. This is kind of what you were saying earlier.
This came out early this morning, I think, and this is probably one of the biggest drivers of Facebook selling off even today. Well, with UK as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's interesting that Facebook has faced these security privacy concerns before, and that's where, so the FTC is probing whether Facebook violated the terms of their 2011 consent decree of its handling of user data. So under that settlement, Facebook agreed to get user consent for certain changes to privacy settings as part of a settlement with the FTC. That it deceived consumers and forced them to share more personal information than they had intended. Well, what was I just talking about?
Right.
That's not what I had intended. They purposely deceived me, right? The complaint arose after the company changed some user settings without notifying its customers.
Look at that.
This seems like exactly what they weren't supposed to do as part of that, where they purposely were tricking people, burying certain, privacy secret settings that, that was more than you intended. Well, I've been in my privacy settings. I had never seen that apps that others use setting ever before. Meanwhile, that's almost the most critical of all.
They made another tree. That's what they did.
Exactly. And they opted everybody in right away with another tree. It'll be interesting to see how this shakes out because, legalese is one thing. In reality, they broke this, for sure. That's my opinion. We'll see if the lawyers agree, and they'll battle it out. But that is pretty intriguing, and that should be an interesting development as that shakes out. Let alone, Congress is going to get, whether it's Sheryl Sandberg or Mark Zuckerberg, in front of Congress. That's coming.
They'll just lie. I don't know anything.
We'll see.
I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Stay right there, folks. We've got Think and Swim coming up next. I'm in Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. We'll be back this afternoon, as well as Andy Heck. Thanks, man. Go get him, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.